anti-Asian American sentiment in the United States around the same time that World War I was going on. We know that Jim Crow laws were also enacted during this time, so that it wasn't only the Japanese, it wasn't only the Koreans, it wasn't only the Chinese, but there were blacks who were not able to access full citizenship rights. There were Mexicans who were not able to do that either. So remember on Monday we were talking about nationalism, right? Who remembers what nationalism is in the first place? Yes?
Pride in one's nation.
It's pride in your own nation. So I want you to imagine for a second that it is 1914 before we actually entered into World War I. Imagine that you are poor, and imagine that you are black. Some of you don't have to imagine, but let's just pretend, right? And you are walking on 125th Street, or you're walking on Junction Boulevard, or you're walking on Fulton in Brooklyn or Fordham in the Bronx, and you see this office that has you volunteering to be in the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, and all this. And they're saying, be all that you can be. Come fight for us. When you know, though, that if you go fight, when you come back, what could possibly still happen to you? Can't hear you. You could, but the mistreatment. We know that for Jim Crow, if you were going to a public pool and you stuck your toe in it and you happen to be black, what would they do to the pool? Drain the whole thing and put bleach in it. If you were Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, even though you built the railroad, right? If there were unions, were you allowed in it? So that means you get to build, but you don't get to benefit. So I want you for a second, well, a little longer than a second, to think about the question that's on the board, the question that I don't want to forget to ask, right? If nationalism is pride in your nation, whether you were born here or you were a naturalized citizen, but you happen to be poor, or you happen to be Muslim, or you happen to be black, or you happen to be brown, or you happen to be a woman, or lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, queer, or intersex, how is it difficult for you to still have pride in your nation and be a soldier going to another nation if you're one of those things? Knowing what it's like to be poor here and how you're treated, or black, or brown, or a woman, or Muslim, or gay. Is it going to be easy for you to still feel this pride in your nation as a soldier when you go abroad? Turn and talk.
No, I don't think so. No. You're fighting for a country that don't want you. So what's the point of fighting if you're not going to want to?
And then the worst part is that when you die in there, and they don't, it all just remains the same. Okay.
Yeah, so by the way, if you win or lose the wars, you're going to come back to your own country, unless they're going to treat you the same way that you treated before. It's not even about winning or losing. It's just like the fact that you're fighting for a war that don't even want you to be there. So what's the point?
You're one of those things because you're what you judge for who you are, and it's hard to support them when they don't even support you. Yeah. Yo. Alright.